Happy Wednesday, everyone. In fact, this is Wisdom Wednesday with Vashti, and I am super excited. It's been way too many years since I've done anything like this. I was at an appointment last week, and my sister and I had a conversation, and we were like, you know what? This is a topic that we need to share. Let me, without further ado, introduce you all to Mukhairah, Mukhairah and Paris. And if you look at her name in the middle is hair, Hair. And before this segment ends, you'll hear how that's just so appropriate for the profession that she's in and what it is that she does. So thank you, Kira, for your time on this Wednesday and just jumping on here. Today, we are discussing the big M, men. Oh, pause. Y'all thought I was going to say just men. Right. Because we all know that everything that starts with the word men, and I'm just going to leave it as a blank right there, right? And so for tonight, what Kira and I talked about last week after she was doing actually it was 2 weeks ago when she was doing, was it 2 weeks? No, a week ago, week and a half ago.
It's
No,
2 weeks.
weeks.
It was two
Hey,
weeks.
I was good
Two
after 2 weeks. Hey. We were talking about the effects of menopause and hair changes. And so we got into just a deep discussion because obviously she's the professional and she hears, sees, experiences. And so just after a deeper dive, I said, you know what, I gotta have you jump on, enlighten the people. And that's what we're here for. So, of course, none of this is scripted. She will let you know. I didn't even let her know what the questions are going to be. And just again, Kara, thank you. So, we're going to jump
Absolutely.
right in. My first question to you, thank you for having, is what are some of the complaints that women you service complain the most about their hair? What are some of the complaints that you service that people, your women that you service, complain about as it relates to their hair?
Um, I would say it not growing or it's changing, like it might be dry, um, and not retaining a style.
Okay, okay. How about thinning? Have you heard anyone in that genre talk about thinning at all?
Um, some women, yes, I have actually, I've, and those are, it could be a young or older woman who's complaining about that. But yeah, I have had quite a few older women who have been complaining about, their hair thinning.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I did a little bit of research just around my folks, and I said, what's going on? Like for my personal scenario. So 2 years ago, I did the big chop, cut all the perm out, and everything was going fine until the night sweats and what I thought was the end of menopause took place. And I couldn't even get my fingers through my hair. And I was just like, all right, something has changed. And we know when we're talking about menopause, it's hormonal changes, it's stress, it's diet, it's all of that. So the next question that I would have, or let's talk about some of the myths around menopause and hair. One of the things that I read about, it says that people think that menopausal hair loss is always permanent. Would you agree that that's the case, Kira?
Um, I I can't say that it's permanent because I haven't had a client who has lost hair and it hasn't come back. Um, you kind of got to get a hold on it and being able to direct it to that it is menopausal,
Mm,
because it could be chemical.
wow. You want to talk about that a little bit more? So when you're saying it
So,
could be more,
um, and when I say chemical or It can be a relaxer that may have caused your hair to break out. It could be color that has caused your hair to, start to fall. Um, and also too, not properly treating it, like getting the treatments that's required to, um, while you have the color. Also, hair loss could be mechanical. So there's like, hair loss, aka is oh gosh, I've lost the word in my mind. But hair, let's go back. Alopecia, that's what I'm trying to say. Hair loss, also the professional term is alopecia.
Okay.
So it could be mechanical, um, it could be chemical, and I'm gonna go back to mechanical. Mechanical meaning that you are putting too much product on it, you're putting too much heat on your hair, and or the say if you call yourself using a moisturizer, it may not be good for your hair because it may be drying your hair out. The
Mm.
reason we have moisture is to keep the hair moisture, not wet, but moist,
Wow.
meaning like it should be soft to the touch. It shouldn't be dry. It shouldn't be brittle. Now, if your hair is dry and brittle and you don't have a chemical in it, it could be, let's take it back to hormonal.
Okay. Okay.
So again, mechanical is putting curlers or like hot curlers, flat irons, um the type of comb you're using. You might be using a comb that's too small for curly hair. You might be using gel that has alcohol in it, and that will start to dry your hair, and then your hair starts thinning over time, and you may not even realize it. So that's the mechanical part. Chemical could be relaxer. It could be color, meaning permanent color. And there's a category of colors, and I'm not going to break all that down. It might just be too much. But if you have permanent color or bleach, using bleach in your hair, meaning not bleach to liquid, bleach, professional hair bleach, that can cause your hair to break off too. So that's when we talk about the chemical, hormonal, or you just not taking care of it.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. So, I'm writing down notes furiously, like fast and furious, because this is good. So when you're
Mhm.
talking about, like you said, the mechanical part, heat, too many products, not the right tools, all of that. And I
Right.
know many, many years ago, and it might have actually been you when we were talking about the types of products to put on, in your hair if the first ingredient is
It was
alcohol.
me. It was
Okay, it
me.
was you.
Definitely.
Okay.
So when you look at the ingredients on the bottles of the products that you're using, say for instance, you're using some type of moisturizer. And of course, we're going to go, if you're not getting a product from your professional stylist, but you decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to go in the store and get a product because I seen it on TikTok or whatever, and they said it was good for your hair. You got to get that product, right? So I have a container of lotion right here, and see all your products up here. I can't even see see all the products on here because it's so small. I do need some glasses. But you get your product, you look at the ingredients on the back, and the first 3 to 5, if there's anything with YL, cetyl, alcohol, those are all forms of alcohol. Anything that has the YL are forms of alcohol. Propylol, anything that got the YL, those are forms of alcohol. So guess what? That means that product contains the majority of alcohol. Whatever that big word is, and it may not necessarily say alcohol, but anything with the YL, it contains majority of that product. And it's a lot of products, it's a lot of ingredients in the product. And as you get down further and further, that means it's less and less of that ingredient in the product.
That
So
is
yeah.
That is huge. I tell you, I feel like there was a older lady that a friend of mine, it was her grandmother, and when she would get new information, she said, "You done told my head plenty." So you have told my head definitely plenty. So thank you for that. Another myth that I was reading about, and also in talking to some of my friends and folks that are in my circle, only older women experience menopausal hair issues. Is that the case?
I'm going to say no. I am going to say, that's a back in the day thing. They've done research and studies, and they're showing that some women in their mid 30s to late 30s
Yes,
are starting to suffer from menopausal issues. And again, guys, let's when we talk about menopause, at the end of the day, menopausal is anything that has to do with the hormones.
absolutely, absolutely. That is huge. In fact, and you're right. Look, you would think that we have rehearsed this, and I promise you, y'all, we did not
No,
rehearse
no, we
this.
didn't. We did.
So literally my notes from when I was doing the research, it says perimenopause can start as early as the late 30s. So it totally throws out the window. Oh, it's, once this, that, and the other. It can be in your late 30s. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, while this segment that we're talking about today is specific to the hair, night sweats, blurry vision, itchy everywhere from the head to the toe. If y'all know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to be canceled on the first one, but vision changes, weight gain, even weight loss, right?
Right, right.
Um, Heart palpitations, all of these are things that have been attributed to perimenopause, actual in the menopause stage, and then even post. And
Mm-hmm.
so, of course, while neither Kira or I are medical professionals, the surefire way to determine what stage you are in as it relates to menopause is a blood test. And it can, in my understanding, I know for me, my my primary couldn't do it, but I had to go to an OBGYN. So if you need some takeaways in addition to everything that Kira has shared so far, I would definitely, if you have not done that, schedule yourself an appointment. So at least you have the knowledge of knowing where you're at. Because I have taught to countless women that even the brain fog, the fatigue,
Yes.
those are things that would you agree, Kira, that in your circle of influence and the folks that you're talking to, would you say that
Yes.
that's the thing?
Yes, definitely. And sometimes we as women don't even realize we got this stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know I'm right now I'm in my early 50s. Um, and I've always heard about menopause, and then you kind of think that your menopause is going to be like your mom's menopause, or you think, oh, I'm the same weight as my friend, and we kind of got the same body makeup and this and that. My menopause is going to be like this. No. Just the other night, I'm laying in the bed in a tank top. I wake up, I am sweaty as a pig around my neck. My neck is wet. I
Oh,
said, oh,
the
oh,
river.
oh God. I said, did I drool on myself? No, it wasn't drool. My whole neck was wet. And then I
Yes.
lift up my arms, my underarms are wet. Now, mind you, I took a shower, I'm, lotioned up, like, yeah, okay, I'm good. And I'm gonna lay down. And I said, oh my God. But I have noticed with me, um, my memory is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It is delayed. Um, and I talk to educational people, I read stuff, I hear stuff, but my memory is delayed,
Mm-hmm. The brain
which
fog.
is crazy. Yeah,
The
so
brain
that's the
fog.
brain fog. I'm just like, oh my God, what's going on? You know, yeah, it's mood swings. I'm
Imagine
gonna
that.
trip, and it's not. that I'm on my menstrual cycle.
Mm-mm.
It's the time where I'm off, and even I'm like, okay, I'm 52. I'm still getting a menstrual. I'm still getting a powerful menstrual. Like, bam,
Powerful.
yeah, like bam, like, and I'm like, oh, okay, 5 days. Still, wait, I'm too old for this. But
Yeah.
everything, we have to understand that times are changing, women are changing. What our maybe our grandmothers went through is different from what our moms went through. And
Absolutely.
what our moms went through and what we're going through is different. It's not going to be the same. And you cannot really say that your menopause symptoms are the same as somebody else's. The only thing we always hear is, oh, hot flashes, and you want to take off all your clothes, and a lot of people not really talking about that your eyesight might be a little bit bad. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? That's
That's right.
changing. So now it's like, oh, I knew my eyesight was getting bad when I tried to I was looking at a pill bottle and I tried to blow the pill bottle.
Or the
Yeah, I said,
menu, or
right.
the menu in these
Yeah,
restaurants.
you
Like,
tried to, yeah, like, wait a minute, hold on. And I don't want to say that it has to, I don't know if it's correct to say it has to do with age, but we do, as you do get older, you will start to, things will change, but you have people who are fit fine and can get around good and all that, but I attribute a lot of things to the hormones.
absolutely, absolutely. I would definitely piggyback with you with that. So I would definitely say definitely hormones, stress,
Yes.
diet,
Yes.
and then the overall health. Like I've learned from me, whereas though I used to do espressos and caffeine, I had to pull back on that because, like you, the sweating, I was just like, why am I sweating? Or I'm like, is anybody else hurt? And people looking like, no. There was actually, I think it was like a TikTok or an Instagram reel, and this lady was completely bald, sitting
I saw
outside
that. I saw
with
that.
smoke,
Yeah.
like,
I
and
saw
that's
that.
real.
Yes.
That is
I saw
real.
that. I saw that.
That is
Um,
absolutely real.
and so I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. Stress. Stress. When you start to stress, guess what that affects? It affects your hair, but it also affects your hormone. So when your hormone is affected, it starts to try to attack some of the tissues, some of the glands. And when it's not getting through to that, that starts to change and it goes upward. It starts stressing, you start having like issues mental, with your mental, and then your hair, the bloodstream. That stuff is going through the bloodstream and now it's starting to attack your hair. Your
Wow.
hair is not as strong as the things that are going on in your body. So it starts to attack that. If you don't eat properly, if you're eating a lot of processed foods, your body is not going to be strong enough to fight off when the hormones are changing. And everybody's hormones are going to change periodically. It might be, once you get, of course, once you start to get your menstruation, again, men,
Men,
men
gotta
get
love
your
them.
yeah, you get your menstruation. Your hormones are going to be out of whack. They're not going to
Absolutely.
be the same.
Absolutely. That's huge. And thank you just for just kind of reinforcing that. Because here's the thing for anyone that is, taking the time out your day, evening, and watching this is that know better, do better. Kira said something earlier. She said, with you may not be the same as the mother or the grandmother or the aunts, raised hand emoji. None of those folks have ever even had a conversation with me about these changes.
Right.
The true confession, and full transparency. The way that even I learned about like my cycle. My mother gave me one of those growing up and liking it kits, and you're like, what's this? Something with some Judy Bloom, I believe. So you're just kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
really?
Mm-hmm.
So These types of forums and what Kira and I are doing is, and we'll definitely have her come back on. But I do have a couple of last thoughts that I'd like to ask you about, Kira, before you take us home. So, one of the other myths that I have read about, it says you shouldn't use heated styling tools during menopause. Is that the truth?
Um, I don't agree with that. I don't
Okay.
see where it's going to cause a problem because if you need heat to curl your hair, you need heat to curl your hair. The only thing is, guess what? If you do use a curling iron to curl your hair and you are flashing, what do you think is going to happen? That curl is not going to curl, or it's
Mm-mm.
not going to set. It's just going to fall. I have a client that is 72, spunky lady. You know, she looked like she could be like my sister. Um, she started flashing. I'm curling her hair, and I curled it, and I said, "Let it cool off." Every time I curl someone's hair, I'm like, let it cool so that it could set. Her hair was frizzed up by the time she was walking out the door, and she's relaxed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. So we're
so
not even
that's
talking about natural here. In a case like that, this
right,
was with a chemical.
right.
Okay.
So, um, that's all I can say. Like as far as not using them, it's fine to use them, but of course, if you're flashing, you
It
might
ain't
want to
gonna
do a.
work.
It's just the curl is not going to last. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next question. Are there particular treatments, shampoos that you recommend
For menopause, for somebody going through menopause, or
for
just
the
in general.
hair? Just for the hair. So, specific, are there any that you said, hey, you know what? This one, works like a champ. Now, ultimately, we know, and this is my shameless plug, that the treatments and the shampoos and the styling that they need to be accustomed to, especially if you're in the North Carolina, South Carolina area, is Jersey Girl Hair, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. But for those that may be a few miles away that can't get to you, what would you recommend from a treatment, a shampoo, a conditioner that can assist in the journey?
Um, so me personally, I do use design essential products and influence products, and that's influence with an A. I typically use their hydration uh-uh. I use their hydration products, shampoo. I use their organic shampoo. And that organic shampoo is just to take off, like, say if you've been sweating and you got product on your hair, whether it's sweat or product, that's going to take all that off of your hair. Okay.
Oh,
Um, and some people, when they use like a deep cleanse shampoo, it dries the hair out. Now, before, I didn't think it was a big deal because I'm like, okay, if it dries the hair out, you go back in with a moisturizing shampoo or a conditioner, and that's going to make it soft. But I have ran into some products where they dry the hair too much, and I don't like that. If the hair is like squeaky, that's you stripping the hair too much.
yes,
So
yes,
we don't want it to be like squeaky. We do want the hair to be clean.
yes,
Also, too, a lot of people, and I don't know, a lot of people think that because you shampoo the hair maybe every week or every couple of weeks, that your hair is pretty good. Guess what? You still need to deal with the scalp.
the scalp. Mm,
You need to have
that,
health. So what I mean by that is, say if your hair is itchy, you want to go and put like a therapeutic shampoo on the scalp and scrub it, or get some type of scalp detox to take all that stuff off the scalp. I have a lady, she comes every, I want to say 3 months to get a relaxer, and she's like, "Oh, what's going on with my hair? It's just so itchy under there." Now she doesn't have any dryness in her scalp. Her hair is very thick, but no dryness, no nothing going on, no cerebric. the dermatitis, nothing, no dandruff, none of that. And I was like, I've done my part. I've shampooed her hair, and then I had to do a scalp treatment on her. And once I did the scalp treatment on her, it was better. But you
Wow.
want to be consistent with that, maybe every 2 months or every couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, whatever your money can do, or if you have to do it yourself, ask the stylist, hey, how can I do this at home? Because I understand things are, it's a cost and everybody just can't up and jump and do that all the time.
Wow.
So yeah, a deep cleansing shampoo to take off the buildup, a moisturizing shampoo just to get some moisture in your hair. Same thing with the conditioner, moisturizing conditioner. If you're having hair fall, depending on the hair fall, you might want to do a moisture shampoo or a protein shampoo to stop
Okay.
it from falling. But if
Oh,
your hair is still just falling and the protein didn't stop it, it's hormonal.
so all interrelated because again,
Mm-hmm.
as we started off with this segment, when we were saying, non-growing, dry, brittle, hair loss is also one of the symptoms or the residuals of obviously menopause. So that's good. That's good. So we have definitely had a full uh, segment. There's so much more. Know that this is just part one, ladies and
Mm-hmm.
gentlemen, because I'm sure some fellas is going to tune in. So, Kira, where can people find you if they want more tips and most importantly, when they want you to style you up? Because of course she keep me flashing and fly. Where can they find you? Can we get a phone number? Can we get social media? Where can they find Kira? What's the
Okay, so
name of the? Yes.
they can absolutely find me on Instagram. I am Jersey with a Z underscore girl under, underscore hair. That's on Instagram. And on Facebook, I am Jersey Girl with a Z, Jersey Girl Hair on Facebook. My phone number is 704-840-3753. And so you can always text me, and ask a question or whatever. If you can't find me, text me and I'll send you the link for my booking app and I'll give you all the information as far as, my social media. Again, if you need it that way. Again, my number is 704-840-3753.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kara, this has been magnificent, stellar, epic, all the things. And I just am appreciative just for you taking time out of your Wednesday, your winning Wednesday, to just enlighten us, to give us some wisdom because know better, do better. When we have information, we can't say, oh, I don't know, because now you do.
Right,
Now you
right,
know.
right, right,
Definitely. All right. Until next time, we are signing off. So this is Vashti. Oh yeah, I didn't give you my information, right, guys?
right.
So I am Vashti, the success coach.com. You can find me that way. And then I manage my success at gmail.com. So just look forward to other weekly Wisdom Wednesdays and just more of these types of informational sessions that we can take. And let's just say if you're watching this and you're like, well, this doesn't pertain to me, guess what, guys? Sharing is caring. So if it doesn't
Right.
pertain to you, send it sharing to somebody else. Until next time.
Yeah.
Wait, let's second. I'm going to stop it. There we go.